Okay, we're here at Kagar Reef. We anchored out in about 9 metres, but it was a little bit murky, it's a little bit sharky around here. So we've come up into 2 metres. There's about half a metre under Mirrool's keel at the moment. It's a bit of a rising tide. How was that on your nerves coming up here, Pascal, dodging through the bommies?
Not too bad.
You trust me now, don't you?
Yeah, it only got to, like what we are now, 50 centimetres. Didn't go any lower.
That's fantastic. I love the faith you have in me now. Alright, so there's no crocodiles, there's no sharks. Mirrool can finally, after a year, get her bum properly cleaned. We're not in a hurry to go anywhere. We do have to beat the tide, but we might be able to get another knot out of her if I clean all this barnacles and stuff like that. I'm really looking forward to this day. I'm just going to leave the vinegar in there.
Yep.
Alright, vinegar. Oh, it's emergency.
Leave it out.
Irukandjis are a possibility out here, but they'd be more confined to the channels around. But
vinegar won't help an irukandji anyway. Oh, it will? Okay.
You'll still get done. If an irukandji hits you, then you're envenomated and then it's going to go to work on your nervous system. You can throw vinegar on and you might be able to reduce the amount of envenomation, but they're so small that you'll have the whole 4 tentacles on there. Usually what will happen is the little tentacles are round in cross section. So you'll get hit and all the little harpoons will go into your skin and stick there. Why you put vinegar is if it rolls for any reason, a whole new array, a whole new battery of stingers will come into contact with your skin and all fire off and you'll get double. You know, you'll get more as it rolls around.
Yeah.
So if you pour vinegar on, it'll neutralise all of those and then you can go about getting it off your body. Yep. A jellyfish sting is like a little sac and it's got a harpoon. And the little sac is under pressure. The venom is in there. If you imagine they're round like that, they've got the harpoon inside of it. And all of this, the venom, is fluid and it's under pressure. There's a little hair here, and as that hair touches protein, it fires and the dart goes into your skin like a hypodermic. All of the poison in the sac under pressure goes down through a tube, through the dart and into you. So when you put vinegar on that little hair and this stinging cell, it gets done like nummus. It gets denatured. That's why you do it.
Stinger protection, sun protection.
If it's not on, it's not on. So this hull's pretty fouled with barnacles along the keel. The propeller's got some small growth on it just since we jumped in on the Gulf crossing. But it's not too bad given that it hasn't had a year of cleaning really. The hardest thing to get off in the tropics here in Australia is this green stuff right on the waterline. If you scrub it too hard, then you'll get rid of some of your anti-foul. But it's tough stuff. And going through the north of Australia, there's so much iron in the water that the waterline is rusted. Alright, so we've scraped the barnacles off. Now what we need to do is get a soft broom and just clean all the rest of it off. So, stage 2. Sea lice. I can feel them in my beard.
Oh, let's see them. Oh yeah, there's a big one there. Oh, that's like a little crab thing.
We had a little ecosystem going on down there, which is nice, but it's not very good for boat speed. So they had to go, I'm afraid. They do, they love the seams, don't they? They can really get in there and hang on. Well, what do you think, Pascal?
Oh, it's pretty hard work, but it was okay.
It's not too bad, is it?
It's a little bit tiring, but it's pretty good. You've got to get some sort of work out on here, haven't you, on this boat?
How are you enjoying your brush with sea lice?
Oh, they're pretty disgusting. They haven't bitten me though. Do they bite?
They don't really bite.
Oh, that's good.
But they do smell if you don't get them off your wetsuit.
Yeah. Yeah, stinky.
Stinky. Alright, your turn. It emerges from the chrysalid.
What are you doing here?
Well, because of all the biofouling on the hull and on the prop, I've had to run it at reduced revs all the time, maximum about 1800 revs, otherwise we'd get black smoke and overloading. So now that we've got a clean hull and everything's going really well, I thought I'd just get it up to 3000 revs for a little while, just to blow the cobwebs out, give it a bit of an Italian tune-up, you know?
Just in between some coral bombies. No big deal.
Oh, well, you can see it. Isn't this great? It's like running a chicane.
With the hull clean, it was time to head west back to Thursday Island, and there was a great northeasterly to send us home.
What's for brekkie, Dal?
This is our usual breakfast. Oats with yogurt, honey. Oh, we just add different bits of fruit. And Troy likes his like a porridge, like a lassi with oats. So we add lots of water to the yogurt.
Yeah, look at that.
Like a oat soup.
Like a delicious soup.
Yeah.
Hey Pascal, do we need to catch any more fish?
Yep. We're empty.
We're empty. Damn it.
We've got 2 fillets. We've got lunch and that's it. Time to put Betsy out now.
Let's put that rod out. Okay, the bad news is, we've got to go fishing again. The fridge is getting low on fish. So, out with the trusty TLD 25, you know we're going to put a laser pro on it, and I'm going to put it on the starboard side, because we're on a starboard tack. So whenever you put a rod out in the rod holders, just use one, okay? Because if you're a successful fisherman, you'll get double hookups, and that's not twice the confusion. It multiplies it by a power of 10. So we're going to put it on the starboard side. We're going to be on the upward side. We won't be leaning down over the water when we fight a fish, okay? And the other thing is I can just furl that headsail. The mainsail will take care of itself. We'll slow down, we'll depower, we can fight the fish and just put the headsail out again. Very, very minimal disruption to our cruising. All right, so yeah, if you're going to troll, just put it on the windward side. And if you tack, pull it in, put it on the windward side again. Don't just leave it there, because it's really awkward to fight a big fish when you're slanted downhill. So for this operation, we got this red coloured Laser Pro 190. The paint's starting to come off. Halco, what are you doing with your coatings on some of these lures? The Bonito's really great, the Qantas is really great. I don't know. But having said that, they've made it pink on the underside and the mackerel seem to like it anyway. Then I've got a metre of 74 pound Monol trace. Okay, stuff's good and strong, doesn't rust. But as soon as it gets any kinks in it, I'd replace it anyway. And we're running that off 20 kilo mono line. Okay, got a nice quality barrel swivel here, and off we go. I'm probably going a bit overboard in these mackerel rich waters. I'm getting a bit fancy. You could probably just troll a Smith's jig or even just a drone spoon. Paging Charlie Fisk in the comments section. If you'd like to add anything to that, Charlie, we value your input. Alright, let's put it out and see how we go.
Okay, here's a great time to just remind you, if you don't want to lose something overboard and you really value it, just make up some lanyards. We do for all of our fishing gear. So what we're looking at is a clip that goes onto the fishing rod, and the other end is a shark clip, and I attach it to the backstay, but you can use any solid part of your boat. Alright, here's Pascal thicken the fight once more. Now this looks a little bit unorthodox with that mackerel skating over the surface, but there was just a ton of sharks that wanted to have that thing, so she'd just thrown all technique out the window and was literally skull dragging that thing across the surface. It had been, it looked like all the fight was out of it. It had probably been bitten by a shark.
Bit of a hard fight, that one, Pascal?
Yep, we beat the sharks this time.
We did, but not all together.
No. So a very well bled mackerel we've got here.
Alright, so we're close hauled into about a 15 knot wind. We're pushing about 2.5 knots of current. We're doing 4 knots, ooh, just touched 5, but I'd say we're doing about 4 knots now. And Mirrool is still steerable with one finger. Honestly, this design of yacht is so beautiful going to windward. When Bruce Fairley designed it, he did such a good job. I know she's a slow old boat, but I'm feeling a lot of love for her right now. Look at that one finger on your tiller, and nice heel. We're getting 5 knots. We're just doing so great. I love this boat. It just feels like a different boat now that she's got a clean bum. So if you ever need a change in your life, make sure you've got a clean bum.
If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button because it makes it more likely that YouTube will suggest our video to a broader audience. Also, we'd love to hear your feedback, so head over to the comments and drop us a line.